And Meg is joining us now with a look at sports. And Meg, Sherwood Park native Mark Pesek back in our city with a very shiny new medal to show off.
Yes, and he's back in Edmonton. He came back today. The boys shut out Finland 4-0 in the bronze medal game in Calgary. And while he might not have gold around his neck, he's still proud of what his team accomplished. Less than 24 hours after belting out the national anthem at the Saddledome in Calgary, the Oil Kings captain is back at Rexall Place with a smile on his face and a spring in his step.
I think coaches, everybody was stressing on us that might not mean what a gold medal would mean right now, but 10 years down the road, we got something to show for it. So I think we're proud of everybody, proud of the efforts from everybody, and we did what we needed to do.
Besides the medal and the memories, Mark is looking forward to applying what he's learned in the tournament towards the remainder of the Oil Kings season.
Be able to bring back some experience and obviously how to face a little adversity. They sure faced some with Team Canada, and he's going to be able to bring that experience and address him not only in the regular season but going into the playoffs. And
we were doing really well before Christmas break, and I think we carried that on now. And getting some guys back from under 17s, World Juniors. Hopefully we can continue that.
Pesek wasn't the only Oil King who returned to the junior hockey club today. Latvia's Christian Pelch skated with the team for the first time since the break, and Slovakia's Martin Gernat took the day off with an upper body injury. Gernat's return after skating on the same line as fellow Oilers prospect Martin Marincin.
That was a really big experience for us. We played together. We got a lot of opportunity on ice. We play really well in offensive zone, so he passed me all the time. If I can, I pass him too, so we understand what he wants, what I want.
While Gernat was busy building chemistry with his line mates, Pelch was working on his leadership skills.
I learned how to be be leader on team and push guys up harder, play harder, and I don't know, hopefully it's helped here too.
Gernat needs a few days to recover from an upper body injury. Pelch is good to go. Mark Pesek says that he feels great and he plans on playing Saturday when the Oil Kings host the Broncos. St. Albert native and Medicine Hat Tigers starting goaltender Tyler Bunds is in a little bit of hot water. The Oilers' fifth-round pick in 2010 has been charged with impaired driving following an incident in his hometown last May. The 19-year-old has entered a not guilty plea on 2 drunk driving-related allegations. The matter is scheduled to go to trial March 5th.
Goal by Packham. Now D'Agostini. He hasn't played very much. Shoots. He scores!
That was the difference maker in the Oilers' 4-3 loss in St. Louis last night. Matt D'Agostini with the dagger in the third. Ben Eager, Taylor Hall, and Jordan Eberle scored for the Oilers, who have now lost 2 straight heading into their final game of a 7-game road trip tomorrow afternoon in Dallas. It was a big day for Edmonton speed skater Jamie Gregg. The son of former Oiler defenseman Dr. Randy Gregg won his first 1,000-meter title at the Canadian Sprint Speed Skating Championships in Calgary. The 26-year-old will also compete in Sunday's 500-meter, where a strong performance would secure him a spot in the World Sprint Championships later this month. Canada's 4-man bobsleigh team has withdrawn from a major World Cup event in Germany after their sled crashed yesterday, sending Calgary pilot Chris Spring and his teammates to the hospital. Head coach Tom Delahunty is furious.
You guys can see the bobsleigh, the destruction in the bobsleigh, in the 4-man bobsleigh. You would be, it's just a miracle the guys got out of that without having their limbs ripped off.
It's been over a month since the U of A Pandas volleyball team hit the court for a meaningful match, but that's now changed as they host the New Year's Classic tournament. 6 schools competing at the Saville Center this weekend, including one from Japan. Meet the girls from the University of Scuba. They play 3 games this weekend against Regina and Saskatchewan before finishing up against the Pandas on Saturday night.
カナダの文化を触れ合ったり
She've never played against the Canadian team before, so she's looking forward to play against the Canadian teams.
They run a completely different game, very fast, like everything coming back at you. They pick everything up on defense. They're very scrappy, so it's a different type of game than we play, but I think it'll be like a good matchup with the two different types of styles.
Another obvious difference between the two teams is the size. The Pandas average 6 feet in height, while the Japanese average 5'8". There's even one player who stands at 4'8".
Canadian athletes are very tall. It was very hard for them to follow the Canadian speed, which is a little bit higher. So they haven't figured it out how to block the ball yet.
Most of these girls have taken up the sport as early as 5 years old and admit their approach to the game is different in their homeland.
They practice very seriously in Japan, but in Canada they find more to have fun.
On to Scuba's first game facing the University of Regina Cougars. These ladies may be short, but they can play ball. Yamakawa Sayuri finds the gap here. Then it's Aikita Tomomi. She spikes it, and it's too much for Rebecca Rink to handle. Scuba takes the first set 25-19. The Cougars strung together 12 points in the second set and 20 in the third, but it wasn't enough to beat the feisty team from Japan. University of Scuba wins their first match 3-0. The Pandas may be sporting some new red marks on their arms because of a not-so-popular serving machine.
We call it the Dragon. It shoots out some pretty good rockets.
Well, they're not fond of it.
It just gives you a little red arms, but...
Be honest, do you ever use it to kind of set a player straight?
No, I'm not really wired that way, but now that you put it in my mind, I might use it on an assistant coach, though.
And back to Team Canada, an interesting picture was tweeted involving Mark Pesic tonight. Another example of the entire country rallying behind Team Canada in the World Juniors.
That was a WestJet employee that left that?
That was one of the baggage guys that
Maybe
left that for him.
Mark Pesic flying high.
Yes.
Oh, it's a bad pun. Thanks very much, Meg. We'll be right back.